Welcome to Wednesday and welcome to the Contrarians live chat. We are live. The topic for tonight, turn it down. Album covers you can hear. Panels here, we want to hear from you in the chat. Let's do this. Hey everybody, we are live, and I'm hearing feedback, and I'm not
you're getting an echo there, Grant.
Well,
delayed.
Let's see who it is, everybody. Wait a minute. Test one.
That's good.
It was from the beginning there, Grant. Is it solved? No.
No, I hear it on you. Wait, who is? Let me see.
It was from the beginning there, Grant. Is it solved?
No. Ooh, that's a feedback. Let me see. Say something.
Something.
Say something. Something.
Into the distance there a few times.
It's Martin. It's you.
Really? I'm causing that problem? Because it was happening right from the intro. Really? I'm causing that?
Because I mute you and it goes away.
Oh, man.
Usually we have Jamie for this, but not today. That's all right. We'll be all right.
No, we won't be all right. I don't know what the deal is. I was on a StreamYard the other day. I do have a new microphone, but no, we won't be all right. I don't know.
Oh, look at that. Like a full second
it's like
delay.
4 second delay.
Like a full second delay.
4 second delay. Well, I'll just have to mute you. All right. Well, how's that going to work? Well, let's look at some comments, ladies and gentlemen. Henry's here. The Elder's here. I'm going to put this up.
What if you just left and came back in, Martin?
Yeah, try to come out. Go out and come back in.
What if you just left and came back in, Martin? Is that what I sound like on these shows? No wonder people think I'm a douche.
Testing. See, there's the little. That's kind of
cool. Now the echo's gone because he's not in here.
Yeah, he's gone.
The comments look cool. When did that start? Just now?
It's one of the new features they just turned on over the weekend.
I like it.
I like it.
Takes the manual
labor.
But you can
still bring them up individually if you want. How is everybody in the chat? Sorry, I'm having a little bit of there's Todd Evans. I was just on a show with Todd Evans just a minute ago. Anyway, we just did, so be looking forward to this, everybody, in the comment section. We just did a Battle of the Rock where we looked at Toto 4 versus REO Speedwagon High Infidelity. Look for that. It was a great show. A lot of great input. Man, great panel. So look forward. That's coming up here on Contrarians. Never turn it up. Never turn it down. Turn it up. That's right. And Keith, he's here. He was on that show too. Sean Barnes. How are you? Well, we could get started because I can start with you.
I bet you Martin is unplugging his new mic and putting in his old mic.
I don't know what it is. Martin should be wearing headphones. But he never had any problem before.
Nobody
Let's see what happens. Yeah, but that shouldn't be doing it.
It might. It might.
You never know.
Well, when you get those real expensive mics.
How am I doing now?
Test.
Hey.
I think we're good.
I don't hear anything. I think we're good.
How are we doing now? How are we doing now? How are we doing now? How are we doing?
You got some laid back.
No, Martin.
No.
It's fine. What did you do?
Just went out and came back in.
All right.
All right. Problem solved. All right. So
okay.
Yeah. Sounds good. Good.
All right. 5 minutes in, we haven't even started. Anyway, thanks everybody for tuning in. Our panel tonight, Jamie Laszlo. We've got Mr. Mike Ladano, of course, Martin and myself. Topic for tonight: turn it down. Album covers you can hear. What'd you just do? You did something.
Who, me?
No,
Yeah.
we're good. That was just a blip, I guess.
Okay, let's keep going because I haven't 8 o'clock. All right, turn it up, turn it down. Album covers you can hear. So we're going to start with Mr. Laszlo, and we're going to do like we always do: 3, 3, and 4. We're going to go around the horn. So these are album covers that you can look at the album cover and you can evidently hear something. So go ahead and Jamie, and you know Jamie had to have some Pat Benatar, of course. Of course,
yes,
the elders.
Yes, I got
of course, Pat Benatar.
You know I love this woman, and I'm going to see her in 2 days with a VIP package and experience and everything, and the Q&A session, and I get to sit in sound check and all that crap. But I'm not the biggest fan of this album. Her last album in 2002, is it? 2002-ish. The production is very loud. The cover is very loud. They're screaming at each other there. It's just over. It's trying a little too hard. It's not a terrible album, but I will say all her other albums I've listened to hundreds of times. I've maybe listened to this all the way through 30 times, maybe. I don't know. But it'll be fun to have the Q&A session. I got my questions lined up. I didn't ask the questions I wanted to ask. If I ask the questions I want to ask, her husband will look like that. What?
Maybe they made those photo shoots. Maybe they did the photo shoot after they listened to all the brick wall mastering of the record.
Yeah, it is pretty brick walled.
Yeah.
The next one, we're going back to proto metal, sort of. I mean, depends on your definition of proto metal. Bang, the first album. Martin doesn't think it's proto metal because it came out after the first Black Sabbath album, but I say even when the first Black Sabbath album came out, they were still everyone was still trying to figure shit out, throw shit against the wall. Nobody said, "Oh, Sabbath is here, boom, metal's here, so we all kind of got to stop what we're doing." And no, they were still trying to figure shit out. Proto metal, bang, it goes bang, you hear the bang. Oh, I skipped one because I don't own it, but it's on my list. And it's the first one I thought of, and I don't even own the album. Franz Ferdinand, You Could Have It So Much Better. I remember when this album came out. I remember the band. I forget their 1 or 2 hits, but it is the first thing that came into my mind. Oh, Franz Ferdinand. They're just an okay band. Not great. There you go.
I've heard that record, but I can't. I think my son had it, but I don't.
Yeah, it's like a quirky little, 2000s, early 2000s band. They all kind of blended in.
Right. Cool. There you go. 3. We're doing 3, 3, and 4. All right, Mr. Ladonna.
Let's just do a quick check-in with the
comments. Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah, so we've got a few coming in already. D-Rocker's brought up Kingdom Come In Your Face. We've got Nina Hagen, Big Band Explosion. D-Rocker also with Signal Loud and Clear. We got more Anthrax coming up, Jason. Let's see, Scorpions Blackout. That's a good one. That might be coming up. I can't remember. Let's see. A lot of people are here. Steve Polari's here with us. Nathan is here. Gary is here. Yeah, lots of people chiming in. Over to Ladana.
You gotta be. If you say Kingdom Come In Your Face, you got to be careful how you say that. Kingdom Come.
Oh, Jesus.
Pause in your face.
They backed off with the album cover, though. They said, okay, let's not carry this idea over onto the album cover. So that was good of them.
And good thing, too.
My God.
All right. Well,
Michael, let her rip.
For my first trio, I went with a theme of screaming. So for my first pick, it's the aforementioned Blackouts by the Scorpions. And I loved this cover from the very first time I ever saw it. There's Rudy there screaming, shattering glass, in fact, with the scream. And the weird forks over the eyes, which I never quite understood, but always thought looked cool. And so, when my mom was out of the house, I'd grab the silverware and try to pose like Rudy in the mirror, like that, and scream a bit. Never quite got the look right, but I think that's a pretty iconic image.
I
next
feel like
up,
that every day.
Yeah, right.
You might be the first one, Michael, who ever said, I've got to take some forks out and try that myself.
I confess, maybe. Okay. I'm proud then to be the first one out to say that.
Yeah.
My next one is a digital scream, and it's Martin Popoff's favorite Def Leppard album. It's called Hysteria.
Oh Lord. Oh,
and
super.
I've always thought that if this one was a scream that you could hear, it would be very like 80s digitized. Really bad. But there's two mouths screaming, so you'd actually get an overtone. So that's 2 for the price of 1.
Sweet.
And for my third pick of this round, a band maybe you guys have never heard of before, called July Talk. Remember Never Before. And that's their code lead vocalist, Leia Faye, screaming as it appears. I don't have this album, but I have the 2 prior to it. And as far as kind of different kind of pop rock goes, I highly recommend July Talk. They have one singer that's kind of like a low Tom Waits kind of guy. And then you have Leia Faye doing the, sort of like a high pitched, almost like a pixie voice. And it's a really cool mixture. Really like this band, July Talk. And those are my 3.
Well, she has nice teeth.
She's got, well, you have to have nice teeth if you're going to go in that close. You have to.
100%.
Sweet.
All right, there's your 3. All right.
Okay, so my first choice, I went with Michael Schenker Group, Built to Destroy. This album was a little bit of a disappointment for people, but it had this great album cover with Michael throwing a tantrum. And, something's gone wrong with his love life here. So he takes out a flying V and smashes the back of his Mercedes here. Pretty cool cover. Good live shot of the band on the back as well. Assault Attack's kind of, you can hear that one as well with the lava bubbling. It sounds probably like a big roar and Michael standing there over the volcano, but that's my first one. My second one, I went with the Tubes. The Tubes, love this band, played this album all the time. But you can hear the ripping of the album cover there. Pretty cool album cover, and everything looks really good. Everything looks just so realistic. It's such a great photograph. But the Tubes, and then I went with Crocus, Metal Rendezvous, and here you've got the cars crashing up like that, a little bit like Mr. Big, Lean Into It. And doesn't Aerosmith have one like this? Maybe Pump. The back cover pump, fronted pump. I don't know. Anyways, you can definitely hear that crash going on. And then I thought, I'm in my Crocus collection, so let's get some Forged in Fire going on here. You can hear the crackling of the fire and the steel in that. And then Change of Address. I've never really pondered this crappy album cover, but it's a building being exploded, demolished. So hence the title Change of Address. I've never made that connection. Oh, and I suppose on the back, here's the guys working on the demolition, I suppose. So that is my first 3. Let's take a quick look over at the comments here. Before we go to Grant, we've got Lash LaRue coming in with the Cro-Mags, Age of Quarrel. Tony, blow up your video. Nice one. Henry Wright, Van Morrison, It's Too Late to Stop Now, volumes 2 to 4, box set. More on Joy Division in a moment. AC/DC Power Age. There's a good one. Headpins, Turn It Loud. Tank, Filth Hounds. Yeah, lots of screaming and volume going on here. And Scream for Me, Brazil. Doesn't that have a piranha screaming on it? I think it might.
It does. Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Corrosion of Conformity. Not sure what a piranha sounds like screaming, but Corrosion of Conformity, Deliverance. Yeah, that's a big speaker as well. All right, over to Grant.
All right, here we go. Let's see. Let me scroll. All right. This is I've said this before in this damn show because I do all my picks last because I let everybody else do it and I just go through and pick up the scraps. I was certain that someone would have picked this, but no one did. ACDC, For Those About to Rock. This is low-hanging fruit, gentlemen. But you know that cannon's loud.
Yeah, but it's not going off, is it? It's just sitting there waiting to go off.
But you know what it sounds like.
I'm with Jamie on that too. I don't see anybody working
the
cannon.
Yeah, it's kind of like a silent cannon.
And this album doesn't make much noise either. So.
Do we even know if
this
the
album
cannon's loaded?
sucks, ladies and gentlemen? I don't care for it. I don't like the album cover. I don't like it. All right. So anyway, it's a cannon, but I think that it's going off. All right. Maybe let me try another one. What about the Beastie Boys? I hear a sound of a chat. Supersonic. Why not? That's where I'm going to go.
Could be on the tarmac though, just sitting there.
No, it's in the air.
No, I definitely see the wind motion.
Thank you, Mr. Ladano.
Actually, it's crashed. We know it's crashed, right?
You can tell you got the scraps.
Yeah, I don't care for that record either. All right. Well, this is funny because Mr. Ladano mentioned Hysteria. I'm going to go with Die Tough by Loud Lion. If you know this record, I've played this on the listening parties before. This is the project from the artist Blue. He also did a project called LEO, which is an album basically of ELO type songs. This album mimics Def Leppard Hysteria damn near perfectly. But these are all original songs.
That's cool.
But it sounds just, I played it the other night. People go, that sounds like Joe Elliott. And I go, well,
so Def Leppard, Loud Lion. Okay, I get it.
All right.
Go check it out.
Check that out. I will check that out. Yeah.
If you like Hysteria, you'll like it. If you don't like Hysteria, like Mr. Martin Popoff, you won't like it.
Yeah.
I won't like it.
There you go. There's my three. There's my three.
Cool. All right. Very nice. All right. Over to Jamie.
All right. How about some black and thrash metal from Midnight?
Sure.
Got kind of popular. This band's gotten pretty popular for the style of music they've done lately. You hear that, don't you? Big Bell from Hell.
Yeah.
Right? Dong. This next one, look, I like Whitney Houston. I like all kinds of Whitney Houston songs. I even like Shoop Shoop off this soundtrack. But these women, you can hear them cackling, can't you, off the Waiting to
Exhale like The View.
You see that and you hear them cackling. Like, oh boy. I don't know.
And they're talking about their man, aren't they? They're definitely talking about their man.
Yeah.
They're going, you know, Whitney, you're going to OD in the bathtub.
Jamie for the win.
Yeah.
Nice.
I never thought we'd ever see anything like this on this show, but hey.
Oh my God. You're killing me, man. You're killing me.
I'm going to go with Crocus, but a different route of Crocus. Mark Scoracci. Is that how you say his last name? Scoracci?
I think so.
He did a solo. Well, he has a solo band, kind of like Dio or Dawkins with his last name as the band. And it came out late last year, like in November. And when I see the cover, what's the name of the album cover? Crossfire. I hear the sizzling of the sparklers on this thing and the explosion behind the eagle and the cheesy rock music that's on the album. But it's good cheesy rock music.
Nice.
If you like Crocus, this album came out less than a year ago. What, like 5-7 months ago? Check it out. It's pretty good cheesy rock.
I had no idea.
Metal-ish.
Wow.
Cool.
All right.
I still hear a cannon though.
All right. What's that, 3?
That was 3.
Was that 3?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Just a quick look here. Santa shot down in flames. Says D Rocker, Eric Jagston, Europe Live, Radioactivity Kraftwerk. It's loud when the album cover is near Chernobyl. Good one. Pantera, Vulgar Display of Power. Yeah, I was thinking about that one. Grace Jones, Slave to the Rhythm. Yeah, some good ones. Oh, Fist back with a vengeance. Good to hear good old Fist being mentioned here. Ramone's Brain Drain, Herbie Man, Push Push. You can hear his chest hair. Nice.
Elder of Rock for the win.
Yeah, Elder of Rock for the win. Fastway all fired up. Good one there too. All right, on to Ladano.
Cool. Well, I don't know how you follow the Waiting to Exhale soundtrack, but my next trio of albums is actually 3 albums I've never heard before. So, feel free to tell me to check them out. I went with Funkadelic, Maggot Brain for my first.
Check it out.
Here. Yeah. Nice. Now, I think we've seen this on the show before, but that's a haunting scream. That's for sure.
It's a great album.
Yeah.
Okay. So fully endorsed by Grant Martin there.
100%.
T-Rex, Electric Warrior. I thought this was kind of the low-hanging fruit. This is the for those about to rock of my selections. I just think this album cover looks loud. You can picture him just sitting there cranking away, just playing crap, just jamming with himself. Noodling. Very loudly. It looks like a loud setup. Yeah. So I think that one really screams at you too. And finally, somebody in the comments mentioned Weekend Warrior by Ted Nugent. So yeah, so not only do we get, two-barreled shotgun there, but we also get the guitar and the amp. So it's kind of it's 2 for the price of 1. And interestingly enough, I see 3 shells there. That he's already fired off 3 shots. I don't know how many shots that thing can hold, but just be forewarned, he's let 3 go. So if you're counting the bullets,
very cool.
Great cover.
Yeah, love that cover. All right. Okay, my next choice is Motorhead. We Are Motorhead. So yeah, Snaggletooth always looks like he's screaming away there, of course. But this one's definitely a big, crazy war scene. There's a big battle going on in the background, swords raised. There's a lot of noise going on in this one. And then I thought it was right next to it. I was amazed at how very similar this album cover is, but Snakebite Love is kind of the same kind of thing. You just can't see, you can't see the people there at all. It's just kind of like psychedelic behind it, but Snaggletooth looks kind of exactly the same, just definitely in his major screaming away, sounds like a cross between a freight train and a unholy devilish scream. Next I've got Van Halen 3, where of course you've got the standard old archival photo of the guy getting shot with a cannon in his gut. Not a great album cover. This album doesn't make much noise itself, but the album cover kind of does. And then finally I've got Manowar Louder Than Hell. And there's my framed up, fully signed copy. Is this one fully? Hang on, 1, 2, 3. No, it's maybe not fully. 3 guys on that one. Anyways, that's framed up with the ad from Burn magazine from Japan. But yeah, you definitely hear the pounding, the anvil type pounding. I think there's a few Manowar album covers that make a lot of noise. But yeah, this is funny. This band just kind of keeps on keeping on, and they don't do much pressing. You don't really hear much about them, eh? But yet they keep doing what they're doing. But yeah, good old Manowar. There you go.
The one thing I've learned about tonight's show is that I don't think there's been any album covers that are any good that include a shot of a cannon.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I mean,
can anybody think of something?
I think about that. What's a good? I think there's something with someone being shot out of a cannon that was a good illustration. Is there a heavy metal one like that? Does the no way? Actually, okay. I'm also thinking there's this is not canon, but Carnival. For some reason I went to Slaughter Stick It To You with the knife thing, right?
Yeah.
But no, I don't know. I'm not sure.
If anybody in the comments has something, I'd be interested to hear because I can't think of anything.
Yeah, good one. All right, let's go over to Grant.
All right. Okay, so we did Loud Line. All right. I've mentioned this one before. Tom Petty had a record store day release called Kiss My Amps Live. This is volume 2. You got all these Fender amps. You got Vox AC30s. It beats the hell out of Ted Nugent's amps. I'm just saying. This is a whole lineup.
Yeah.
That's
nice.
Good. The other one that I kind of bounced off of Mr. Lodano because I think this tattoo really hurt this female. Jamie, you got that Canon album yet?
I have subcategories and subgenres, and I even get confused where my own shit is.
I think that's what he's looking for. I'm going to go with Scorpions, Rock Believer, which is a phenomenal Scorpions album.
Yeah.
Love it. Yes.
Yeah. Really good.
But
yeah.
That
cool
tattoo
cover
must hurt like hell.
I love that cover too. That's an awesome cover. Those color choices. It looks so 70s, eh?
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
God, for a band of this caliber coming back with a record like this, yes. Yeah. I'm all about it.
Pretty cool.
Jamie, you got something for us?
No. I found it, but it has no canon on it.
Okay. My third one, I'm going to go with this record. Now, brace yourselves. You're going, well, what's so loud about this? The production's loud as hell. It's distorted. This album sounds like shit. Even the remix is questionable. Was it Paul Northfield who engineered this? He should have been fired. What was he sleeping when he was engineering this? I can hear the crappy engineering right from the cover. It's so bad. I had to put this in here because I can't stand the sound of this record.
Good one. Good one.
If I was Rush, I would have just, but they bitched about it so much on the Steve Hoffman site. I think that's why we got the remix. because people hate this record the way it's just an abomination. Should never been. They should have went back and redid it. Crazy ass. All right, I'm all worked up. That's my number 3.
All right, over to Jamie.
All right, I'm going with Budgie Power Supply. This little robot guy is out there, and you hear the cheering. You kind of hear the cheering that they're doing for this robot guy.
Absolutely.
And you kind of hear the difference in sound that Budgie did for here. A little bit more new wave of British heavy metal-y. You can just tell the direction they're going musically, but you do hear the cheering.
Yeah, good one.
The Kinks Controversy. You hear a little bit of distorted guitar there, don't you? The way he's playing.
Not really on a guild like that, I don't. But maybe you do. What's
it's
that?
The motion.
Distorted guitar on the album, but you kind of hear it on the picture.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then my last two actually has like loud and volume in the album title. Valley of the Sun, Volume Rock.
I like that cover.
All the way there where you almost kind of hear the hum.
I can hear the distortion from Vapor Trails right now through that cover. That's the way it was recorded, like that.
Vapor Trails.
Sweet. Yes. Nice. All right. And let's take another quick look.
I got one more.
Oh, you got one more.
I got one more.
Go for it.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. They are right in the comments, Martin. You're always rushing us. I'm kidding.
He can hardly wait to get to those damn comments all the time.
Louder Than Love, Soundgarden. You hear a lot of loud, raucous music going on when you see that picture, don't you? And it's not, the music isn't even as punky as this picture makes it seem like it's going to be.
Right.
Nice.
There you go.
I you know what I'm hearing in that one? I'm hearing, I want a Rainier Drive. What? Rainier Drive. Rainier.
I'm hearing his shoulder popping out of
people yelling in a bar.
Popping out of joint. That's what I hear.
Yeah. All right, let's see. We've got Velvet Underground VU mentioned here. We got Simple Minds, Big Music, very nice. Midnight Dynamite, Kicks, Midnight Tornado, The Clash, London Calling. Yeah, it's a good one. ACDC, High Voltage, Truth and Janie, D Rocker with No Rest for the Wicked.
My God.
Obscure new wave of British heavy metal there. Hang on. New wave? No, maybe not new wave. I can't remember. Varda's 100 Miles an Hour. That's definitely new wave British heavy metal, not particularly obscure. Kansas Audio Visions, Art of Noise, says Sean Barnes with Below the Waist. Joe Walsh, There Goes the Neighborhood. Butthole Surfer, says Steve. Electric. Yeah, that's a bad one. 220 Volt. Good to hear that. Power Games, new wave of Swedish heavy metal there. Okay, so my next one is the winner. Absolutely, of this entire night. Absolutely. Get ready for this. Anvil, Metal on Metal.
Right.
Circular saw going through an anvil.
That might win.
Yeah, it just might win. That's definitely.
Can you imagine the sound of that?
That wins too. Yeah. But yeah, this is definitely very, very loud and crazy. But yeah, pretty good album cover. Good album cover. I kind of wish the anvil wasn't in red. They could have just maybe made this a little classier with changing that. Also, I'm not crazy about their logo at that point. But yeah, pretty cool album cover. Next, I've got Anthrax, State of Euphoria. So there you go, our boys. Yeah, just a bunch of screaming. That sounded like me actually at the beginning of the show with the echo idea there. So there we go. There we go. Just for kicks, because I was in the Anthrax section, I took out this guy screaming. We got him as well. Let's see. Number I've got 4 in total. So we've got Joy Division with the classic pulsar. This is like a radio pulsar. You're hearing a pulsar from a planet or a star, something like that. Very, very quietly. And this is the sound it makes for proof that you're hearing something. And finally, going a little artsy on you here, because I have to show this album cover at least 10 or 20 times over the course of these episodes. The Damned, Music for Pleasure. This is the great Barney Bubbles doing this, and it just definitely sounds like a big cacophony, a bull in a china shop, a lot of noises going on there, more like cartoon noises. And then I just thought, I am close to the Damned. Got to show this one a few more times. We got the streets of New York City here making noise while the Damned is trying to cross the street there. So that is my final four.
Why does your damn album have an F-bomb on it?
Well, that's because when I met the last time I met the Damned here in Toronto, Rat Scabies was outside, and I gave him a copy of my Damned book, and it had a very strange photo on the cover without him on the cover, and he got really mad that I didn't put him on the cover, so he wouldn't sign. He put an X on one of my records, and then I kept pushing. I said, "Oh, look, I'm here. I got to get this done." And then he wrote that on it, and then he wouldn't sign anymore. So that's Rat Scabies. I'm gonna have another chance at a maybe because they're coming to Toronto again. I think in September. So there you go.
Martin pissed him off.
Yeah.
Oh,
by writing a Damned book, and he's all through it. There's big pictures of him inside, and but yeah. So he just took offense at not being on the cover.
Oh well.
I'll be damned.
Yeah. I'll be damned.
Absolutely.
All right. I guess I'm up. All right, here we go.
Can I go?
Oh shit! I'm sorry.
No, that's a good idea. You should go.
Yeah, go to the comments instead.
My final four already. This is like it's 7:30 at night. What's
how did we wait a minute?
I just blusted in and took over.
Martin went from the comments to Anvil. Yeah, but that's okay. He was on a roll. You don't interrupt Martin when he's on a roll.
All right.
Sorry, Mr. Ladano.
Oh, I'm glad Uncle Meat's here because my first pick is an album that he sings on. This is a band from Kitchener, Ontario, Canada called Maxi Axe, and this is the Oktoberfest Cheer EP. And I don't know if you've ever been to Oktoberfest, but I can hear the oompa, oompa, oompa. Oh, ziggy, 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 oi, 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 and the clinking of the glasses.
Yeah, I hear the clinking of the glasses.
Yeah,
I know.
I can hear people going out back and taking a leak.
Yeah, that's that too. I know he gets embarrassed when I mention Maxi Axe on the show, but I legit love this music. This is their punk covers EP. There's, I think, one original and 2 punk covers on it, and I just love it. Anyway, my next pick is Fastway, All Fired Up. I don't know if this one came up in the comments or not, but I sure can hear that. It's not as cool as Martin's picture with the 2 cars crashed into each other, but this is, a
great cover,
funny car. It is a great cover. It is. The classic STP logo. I love that little touch there. Yeah. Next up, Metallica, Ride the Lightning. I can hear sizzling. I can hear sizzling. Definitely hear that thunder and lightning though. That's for sure. And my final pick, I forgot that Tim wasn't going to be here tonight, but I kind of picked this for him. It's Sammy Hagar, 1013. And I don't think I need to say anything. No comment necessary. That baby speaks for itself. And I rest my case. That's my 4.
I've often called that my favorite Sammy Hagar album because it's quite ambitious and good. Like he really throws his shoulder into making this album. It's actually a good, serious, heavy, complicated enough. A lot of songs on it. It's just a really good quality Sammy album.
And I will have to give you props, Martin, because I heard you talking about that. I think you were talking about it with Pete, several years ago, probably. Oh, yeah. And because of your recommendation, I went out and I found it for $1 in the dollar bin, and it's a great record.
Nice.
100% based on your recommendation.
What is it, like 2004 or something? I'm guessing.
That sounds about right.
Sounds about right.
10/13 is his birthday. Sammy's birthday.
It's a good record, and no one really. It's just. I'd go check it out.
All right, Grant. Final 4.
All right, my final 4. I'm just throwing that up real quick.
Sweet Miracle is one of my.
Again, I do hear a cannon. Like I hear a helicopter here.
One of my favorite Rush songs. Sweet Miracle is one of my favorite Rush songs. It's on Vapor Trails.
Nice.
I can't listen to it. All right. ABBA Arrival. Here's a helicopter, but now since you guys are so critical on my picks, obviously the helicopter is not on, or maybe it is. I think it's on.
Nice.
I hear a helicopter. This one's interesting because this is going to be the first time this has ever been mentioned on the Contrarians, but I hear a lot of things on this album cover. Donny Osmond's Disco Train.
Nice.
We have a lot of problems here, and there's a lot of different sounds. For one, I hear the steam engine. Two, when that steam engine hits that piano, it's going to be a sound like you've never heard before in your life.
Nice.
And he's probably going to hit Donnie, and Donnie's going to scream. So there's
nice.
The best cover of them all.
Cool. Yeah. That might be the winner. That might beat Anvil.
The winner.
Yeah.
That might beat it.
That'd be a good album awards show. We should have this album versus Anvil Metal on Metal for a 1 hour.
Oh, wouldn't that be fun?
Album wars. Yeah. That'd be good.
All right. That would be hilarious. All right. My next pick. So, like I said, I went last. So by this time I'm going, it took me an hour to come up with this crap. Green Day Dookie. I used to like this record when it came out. Now I would never listen to it again. I thought it was cute when it was out, but now I have no use for it. But there's an explosion. There's a lot going on this album cover. So you'll all hear something from it. It's making a sound.
When I come around. When I hear some of those songs, I dig them, but I don't go out of my way to play them.
They were catchy. You have to.
It was an exciting time, eh? That and Offspring and that. I mean, it was kind of cool.
I like Offspring though.
Yeah.
A lot of bad songs.
Well, you got to keep them separated, you know.
Absolutely.
All right, my number 10. I'm gonna go with. I got the idea from Jamie because he had that one with the meter going to 11. We're going to Velvet Underground, VU. Not quite into the red as Jamie's picture, but it's up there.
Nice.
Distortion.
Cool.
Can I bring this up?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I brought it up like a few shows ago, so I didn't want to do it again. But
no, you bring it up. People still remember.
Nice.
So there you go. That's my number 10.
Hang on. My notes had a few honorable mentions. What did I have here? Actually, what did John Entwistle, Mad Dog? Yeah, these were going to go together with ones that I was going to group together. But Ted Nugent, Scream Dream, The Rods, Wild Dogs goes together with your Dogs. Rush, Permanent Waves. You can hear a lot of things going on in that one as well. So yeah, that's all I had. I was gonna group those up with the other ones, but there you go.
All right.
I had one runner up, which I wish it would have been a brilliant pick. ACDC Power Up, where you push the button and it actually does make a sound.
Oh,
I blew it.
Yeah,
I blew it, guys.
Yeah.
Pink Floyd Pulse. Or is that just light
sound?
That's light.
Yeah,
that's light. Yeah.
I think it makes a sound.
It makes a sound when it blows up. Ask Jamie.
Yeah. You could set your house on fire.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. All right, Grant, wrap her up.
All right. Cool. I want to thank the panel tonight, Jamie, Laszlo, Michael Adano, of course, Martin, and myself. I want to thank everybody for tuning up tonight and keeping it. I want to thank. I'll edit that out. I want to thank everybody for tuning in and keeping it interactive. It's always fun to shoot the shit. It's all about talking music. It's all about turning you on to some of these bands, even the stuff that Ladano mentions. You know, you might want to check that out. I wouldn't know why, but maybe you do.
Wild Lion.
You gotta check out. No, you really have to check this out. I swear to God, you'll sit there and go, "That's Def Leppard. They did a great job." So
funny.
Check it out.
Cool. Nice.
Anyway,
all right.
We have a Patreon. Please, if you'd like to support the channel that way, we would love for you to support us that way. There's a lot of interaction going on over there because Martin keeps making videos and it's just bombarding the whole Patreon page.
Yeah.
I mean, he's like on a roll. I don't know.
Yeah, I just discovered, you get an idea in your head, turn on the mic, knock off a solo show. Why not? Right?
Yeah.
There's 8 shows waiting to go on.
Yeah, there's 8 little shows in the queue. Yeah.
So tomorrow Van Halen will be up. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
So anyway, where did I leave off? Oh yeah. So there you go. We have Ko-fi. Buy us a pint or a cup of coffee if you'd like to support the channel that way. All in all, it's just about turning you on to music. So hopefully you saw something tonight you may want to check out. I'm assuming we'll be doing this next week. We haven't talked about it, but I don't know. We'll reconvene. We'll discuss. So anyway, have a good week. It's Wednesday. It's hump day. Have a good rest of the week, and we'll see you on the next show. There will be more coming up tonight or tomorrow, so we'll see you. Oh, well, we're just going to end it.